Welcome to Study with the Best, the magazine show that's all about CUNY. I'm Tina Beth Pena. On today's show, we'll explore CUNY's community colleges. We'll look at visual art at both LaGuardia and BMCC, tell activist Renata Hill's compelling story, check out the photo exhibit at Queensborough Community College, and so much more. But first, despite some daunting obstacles, Renata Hill is earning her associate's degree at BMCC and is on the path to a bright future.
When Renata Hill made the decision to go back to school for her degree in Human Services from Borough of Manhattan Community College, she didn't let her criminal background stand in her way. Renata Hill is one of the stars of an award-winning documentary, Out in the Night, which tells her story of how she was incarcerated on one summer night in 2006.
We decided that night, like, oh, let's go to the city. In our head, it's like, the city, our safe haven. We get approached by this guy, and we didn't even get approached. It was just something he said in us passing. It was like, let me get some of that. So I'm just like laughing, and I'm like, yo, you can't have none of them. Like, we all gay, and all of them is my girls. I'm still not thinking that this could escalate into anything serious, so we going back and forth. That kind of just took a turn to the left, because at some point he got extremely angry. He spit on me and threw a cigarette. And everything just went like crazy from there. Our defense went up. Of course, we had to protect ourselves.
After an agonizing trial, Renata was convicted of gang assault in the second degree, and she was sentenced to 8 years in prison, but she only served 3.5.
So when I came home in 2010, I was with this transitional program, and their main focus was for me to get in college. And my main focus was for me to get custody of my son back. I got my son back, and I started looking for jobs, and it was like closed doors, and constantly the doors were being closed. I wasn't given an opportunity, and everybody, but in the process, I'm helping so many others around me by sharing my story, by just like hearing them cry, and I'm giving them words of wisdom that I wasn't even taking myself, right? And it was like, how am I able to help so many people, but I can't help myself? What is it that I need to be doing? And everybody just kept talking about, you should go to school. You should be a social worker. I'm like, I'm not going to school. Like, I just barely made it out of high school. You want me to do extra years in college? So to shut everybody up, I'll put in an application.
6 years later, Renata is well on her way to receiving her associate's degree in Human Services from Borough of Manhattan Community College. Her success, however, did not come without obstacles.
It's going to be really difficult to find you an internship because, due to your criminal background and, a lot of the organizations that used to, accept students with criminal backgrounds, they no longer are doing that.
Renata's perseverance landed her an internship with the Fortune Society, a not-for-profit community-based organization which supports successful re-entry from prison and promotes alternatives to incarceration.
She is really, really dedicated in wanting to make a change for any individual who has that history of criminal justice. She has seen some horrible atrocities, I want to call, while she has been incarcerated. But the main focus for her is really she wants to be able to move on so that other people don't have the same type of suffering or incidents that she's had to endure.
Renata's struggle to find an internship brought BMCC's attention to this problem of people with criminal backgrounds in college. Professor Lisa Rose is dedicating herself to this issue.
We want people to be engaged in the life of the college, not only in the classroom, but we can be really very, very critical. We can be important to people who come home who are re-entering and coming back from prison in being able to create the lives that they imagine. But it's really, really a struggle. So we have to understand what those struggles are.
Professor Rose is amazing, and I feel like that she's really down to help this situation and to improve this situation. I feel like she see that there's an issue and that she's trying to figure out a way to implement some type of plan so that we, and when I say we, I mean fellow students that have a criminal background, have a safe space in that school. I mean, I couldn't really be in a better place. I'm not in the shelter anymore. I have my own apartment, a 3-bedroom apartment with me, my partner, and my son and her daughter. My place is so comfortable, just knowing that it's not a jail cell, right? And like when I come home and I'm able to put my key in the door and know that I'm coming home to my family, everything I went through all day, just at that moment, is all worth it. Because I look at them and I be like, yo, one day we're gonna be good. We're gonna be all right. Like right now, we are right. But one day we're gonna be in like this really, really awesome like place. I don't know where, but it exists somewhere, you know? Yeah.